have to put all of the accounts, the balances for all of these accounts into my trial balance. So I've only balanced one account so far, and that's my cash account, and I have a debit 4730. So the way the trial balance works is I'll just put the name of all my accounts. So the first account is going to be cash. The second account I have here is capital. The next account we have is electricity. Okay, etc. Now, the balance BD in this account is on the debit side. So these columns here is DR and CR. So I put 4730, which is the balance. I put that on the debit side because the balance there is the debit side. So I'm going to balance my capital account. So I balance it the same way as I've always done. This time I don't need, because it's only one entry, I don't need to kind of write the figures at the top of the column. On the credit side I have 10,000. On the debit side I've got 0. What's the difference between 0 and 10,000? 10,000. So I put 10,000 on the smaller side. What do I call it? Balance CD. I put the date at the end of the month. So this is February 28th. Then I'm going to total it. So I have a single line on top and a double underneath. For both of those, I'll put 10,000 there. And over here, I'll put 10,000. And then I'll have March 1st, balance, BD, and 10,000. I've now balanced this account. So my capital account, so I've got the word capital over here, my trial balance. So I can put 10,000 on the credit side because the balance BD is on the credit side. So I'll go over and put 10,000 there. I'll just do one more account just to make sure we're happy we know what we're doing. Electricity account. I have 430 on the debit side. I've got 0 on the credit side, so the difference is 430. I'll call that balance CD. And I'll date that at the end of February. Then I'll do my total. Single line on top, double underneath. And I have, on the debit side, I have 430. On the credit side now, I have 430. And I'll put that difference on the big side, on the debit side. And I'll write balance BD. And I'll date that March 1st. Is everyone happy with what I've done so far? Yeah. And then I'll take that number, it's on the debit side, and I'll put that over into my trial balance. Okay? Are we all right with that so far? Yeah. Now, I'm going to let you go and finish the rest of it. But I'm going to have, for example, I will have a sales account here. I just don't know what the balance is. I know there will be a travel expenses. I think I'll have a purchase account. So I'll have a wages account. Thank you, John. So when I balance it, I'll put those numbers in here. If I've done the question correctly, when I finished, I'm going to be adding up the two columns. So when this is finished, I'll add up all my debit column and I'll add up all my credit column. And if I've done it right, those two should be the same. We okay? All right.